And we are live, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, welcome to BBQ Smokers here. We're waiting a few people to get online here, but we just want to say thank you for stopping by. We're going to be having a little round table discussion about anything related to barbecue. So if you got any questions, post them in there. We'll try to follow you on all the social medias. But just remember here that Facebook messages and stuff here on my personal page don't show up on StreamYard, so make sure you tune in to on the Elite BBQ Smoker side of it. But we're going to kind of wait for some people to build up here in the audience. But we're always just looking for questions. So again, thank y'all for stopping by, and we look forward to hearing from you. We'll just be talking about the contest both of us done this weekend, and Justin's gonna talk about some stuff he done here weekend before last, and probably give us an update on his good news. And
oh yeah, I forgot about
that. I have a good time right here. He wasn't here last week, so before we get into it here, everybody that was on here last time, I reckon we trimmed a brisket. And I have to say this, trimming a brisket on live camera was nerve-wracking, to say the least. But it was definitely, it's cool to do. What's up, Drunken Chef, man? Glad to see you on here. But it was really cool to do. And I'd like to see some feedback now that actually can be part of the conversation, because I think last time I couldn't be part of the conversation because I was in the middle of trimming brisket. It was definitely different. But like I said, if you got any questions, comments, y'all, please leave them below. Let us know what they are. We would love to. All right, let's pause you. So Jason, how you doing, sir? Appreciate you stopping by. So did you see that brisket trim I done, Justin?
Mm-hmm.
So I am not a very fast brisket trimmer, as you can see in the video.
Mine gets warm by the time I'm done.
That's just too expensive piece of meat to start whacking at fast.
Yeah, me too.
So I mean, I'm trying to be very methodical, trying to go slowly, trying to make sure I get every cut is what it's supposed to be, because it can be pretty easy to over trim a brisket. And I know when you start looking at that, you look at anybody else on YouTube, any stuff here is doing leaving it whole and stuff here, and that's great. And I do that whenever I'm doing at home cooking or I'm catering or whatever. I always do it that way. But when I'm doing a contest, because those two pieces of meat are so different, I always trim it and cook them separately. Is that what you do?
Yep, I cut my point completely off and trim it down, no fat at all on it. And then, I'm getting that nice rectangle for the flat. That way it can fit in my little brisket jig. Round the edges off, round the top as much as I can, the half moon. Yeah, I haven't cooked a whole brisket for a contest in quite a few years.
I didn't. I remember the first time I done it was actually at Filling the Pig. And that's the last time I cooked a full brisket. And I was just like, it was so much difference between the two of them. Yeah, Drunken, I saw that, and shout out to doing it. I mean, doing it live, I don't know if y'all can tell, but it was very nerve-wracking, because I'm sitting there trying to showcase everything I'm doing, trying to get a whole camera to see everything I got going on. But yet I'm sitting there cooking trimming the brisket I'm using for competition.
Yep.
So I'm sitting there honestly trying to say, okay, I want to show this in camera and go through the whole process, but I don't want to screw it up. So I'm going through the whole thing, trying to cut the brisket and trying to showcase it. But at one point I was like, all right, I can't do this left-handed. I've got to do it right-handed, because I got to cut it. It's going to be in the competition.
There's no way I'd be doing it left-handed at all. I'm like,
oh man,
sliding it that way I can get just this hand on it every single time.
But I'll say I'm going to do another one of that when I do pork and do the other meats and trim it all up for live, because I think it was good, and it added kind of some originality, not originality, but added some realism to it, that this is actually what we do competition.
Yep.
I would do chicken, but we'll be here all night long doing chicken, because that is absolutely annoying.
I didn't trim my chicken until Thursday night down there after dinner.
All right, so both of us compete this weekend at South Carolina Festival Discovery. Before we do that, we have Mr. Aaron. How you doing, sir? Uh, we've been blessed enough to get a sponsor for the video, so I'm going to kind of introduce them here to it. If y'all want to vacation Myrtle Beach, check
We
these
would
people
like to
out.
thank today's sponsor, and that's Lewis Home Services. If you're interested in coming to the Myrtle Beach Grand Strand area and you're looking for someone to take care of all your vacation needs, check out Lewis Home Services. Contact information down below, and they're looking forward to hearing from you.
So if y'all looking at vacation Myrtle Beach, and all jokes aside here, check them out. They got some condos, got great prices, and they honestly do an awesome job. They're great people here. So they wanted to kind of come on and start trying to showcase their products out to a broader network and stuff here. So we want to let them kind of introduce them to it. So kind of check them out. That's good information. I'll be leaving the links down below, but y'all be seeing a few more of that coming out in the future. But Mr. Aaron, good to see you. Where'd you cook at this weekend? Were you up there in, was it Pennsylvania? Is that where they had other contests up north at this weekend? I don't remember. They had one up north. So Justin, tell me about your cook this weekend, man. What'd you think about it?
Well, I thought that I had probably the best cook that I've done in a couple seasons. Everything was pretty much right on time. The brisket got done way early. The last couple of A9s that I've cooked started at 5 a.m. and they literally cooked all the way up until I didn't have any more time to cook them and I had to take it out and slice it. So no rest. I don't know what the deal was with them. So this time I cooked a Gold Snake River Farms, and it was done perfectly probed, just that feeling of probing butter at 10:30. Actually, it was about 10:45 when I pulled the flat, and the point was done just maybe 15 minutes before that, and it was pretty soft too. I was very happy with the brisket. I was actually very happy with every box that I took down and turned in. The chicken was juicy. Flavor was great. The skin was perfect on it. I had really good shape on my thighs. I had the pick of, I just looked through. I mean, I had probably 12 thighs that were good enough for the box. That way I could, pick out the 6 that I fit in there. Ribs were spot on as well. I put 10 in the box. Was pretty proud of all of them. Pork was really good. This was actually the first cook where I separated the money muscle from the rest of the butt and cooked them separate. And I also cooked the butts in a pan, both of them in a single pan, in a different pan this time, and was pretty satisfied with those results. I felt like the money muscle was a great texture, perfectly rounded out. I put 10 pieces. Actually, I had 2 of them, and besides the ends of them, I put every piece of every one of them in the box. And then I had 3 really nice strips of bacon and had trimmed a little bit off of each one of them to taste, and felt like the texture was good. It wasn't mushy at all. It was pretty flavorful. But the brisket was probably the best one I have cooked in years, man. It was perfectly tender. The flavor was great. Great color on it. I think I put 12 slices in the box, no burn ends, and we set for the whole awards. And the highest I got was 31st on brisket. The chicken was 70th. The pork was like 50 something, and the ribs were like 48 or 49 or something like that. So I finished 50th overall. I got some weird comment cards, one of which said that my pork had way too much sauce, and I don't even use sauce on it. I just use the au jus and brush it on. And then I got another comment card that had no comments and no boxes checked. It just had my score numbers on it. I had somebody give me a 6 on tenderness, and every other judge at the table for pork gave me a 9. So that was kind of weird. And I got mostly 9s on appearance, and then had on brisket, I had somebody give me a 7. So all 9s except for one judge gave me a 7 on appearance, which I thought was weird. So from a cook perspective, I was super proud, and I'm not changing a single thing between this cook and the next cook. From the score perspective, I was kind of disappointed in what we pulled away with. That being said, I'll that's how contest goes, and take it on to the next contest, right?
It is, and Greenwood's one of the contests that you go into it, and that as big a field as it is, as old as that contest is, and a lot of people just cook their one contest a year, it's
Yep.
going to be a possibility that's going to happen.
Yep.
And that's Greenwood. I mean, as crazy as it is, it sounds good, but you go there and the whole town, the whole area, Julie and Laurie do an awesome job.
Mm-hmm.
It is one of the honestly, I think it's one of the best contests on the East Coast.
I would agree. It's my favorite for sure.
I love it. I love the entire everything about it. And I've been doing it for a long time, and I'll continue to do it.
Mm-hmm.
But it's again one of them contests that's going to be. It's going to be that. So, Aaron, here you off to the Spring Grove, Pennsylvania last month. That'll be pretty cool. I think we're going first month of August. We heading down to Savannah.
Nice.
That's going to be a good contest. Man, that place got full in a hurry.
Yeah, it did.
What's up, Eric?
Hey, Eric.
Thanks for stopping by, man. And Tim Malloy.
Tim.
So, Tim right here says he's on his retirement tour, which I believe it when I see it. But I actually done an interview with him on Saturday after the contest. This is a good interview, so that's gonna be coming out here in a few weeks. But I heard that he done a podcast with Luke Darnell, and I was told that Luke's podcast is a very entertaining podcast. So you definitely may want to check out Luke's when he posted that one. If you don't know who Luke, Old Virginia Smoke is, Luke, he's got a podcast here. And he's doing some pretty good stuff here. Justin's got a podcast, does some good stuff with his stuff. And that's the thing about it is we all share so much passion with barbecue, passion with cooking. But it's the family atmosphere that we always want to do. Yeah, Tim, it was very PG, and I want to say thank you for that. So kind of build on that. So what's the inside joke is that, I shouldn't say inside joke. So we do a contest, and we do contests all over the place here. Every time we do a contest, Saturday morning at 6:45, we have barbecue church. So we get together and share a message and kind of pray about it and stuff here. And so some people call me preacher man at the contest. And so we were doing a kind of this interview right here. I told Tim that we need to keep PG, and he done a very good job of it. But kind of give you a backstory to that. But that was fun little interview. We had a good time with that. We've done 2 of them this past weekend, and had a really good time with both of them. We done Boogaloo. Tim and Boogaloo was an interview with Backyard Bros, and then on the other interview we had was with King's Barbecue and One Eye Pig. The One Eye Pig done good this weekend. They got some good calls.
King's good too, man. They got first place brisket.
So King got first place brisket. All right, so King brought his brisket over here, and I'm tasting his brisket, and he's asking my honest opinion, and it was good brisket. It really was. I can't take that away from him. It's good brisket. But I told him some my thoughts was on it because if I want somebody to bring me their food and taste their food, if I give them my food, I want to give me your as hard a critic as you can be. Tell me about it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm not trying to hurt your feelings, but if you ask me my opinion, if I would want you to tell me what you find and you fault with it.
Mm-hmm.
Because as a cook, I want to know that. I don't need somebody to pat me on the back. I need somebody to tell me the truth about it.
You don't want
no comment
card with no comments?
Sure.
I said you don't want a comment card with no comments and no boxes?
Yeah, I mean, seriously. Tell me what the truth is. But anyhow, we got through awards and over here, he wins first place brisket. I said, Tim, whatever I've told you about brisket, throw it out the window. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about.
Nice. I meant the opposite of what I said.
Yeah, whatever I said here, forget it. It don't work.
See, I got you, Tim. That's all.
What's up, Kenny? It was part of the interview we had on there on Friday. We done stuff here, but it was good. We had a good cook. I knew my chicken was dry and it scored that way, and I just overcooked it, messed up with that. The ribs is probably the best ribs I've cooked in a long time. I mean, we got a 174, so I couldn't argue with that.
That's good. Yeah, that's a good score.
We won our table in pork and got like 32nd, so head scratcher on that.
Golly.
Brisket was we used a Snake River Farms Black, and it was It was good, had an awesome flavor to it, but it was a little dry, and it scored that way. So I mean, I can't argue with my scores. I had to say that as bad as I want to say it, I probably got scored pretty fairly. I think I wish the ribs and pork they were good enough. They should have got a call, but I mean, yeah, at 172 and 174, I really can't argue that too much,
Yeah,
you know.
those good scores.
But it's just, but the thing about it here with 93 teams, 92 teams out here, and you look at the field of here, 60 of the teams out there at least is GC.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you're looking at 60 out of 9 teams out there has won a contest, GC, and has the opportunity to win the contest. It's not like it's going to be a walk in the park.
No, not at all.
And that's just the thing about it. Every contest we do anymore, I think Childs or Wilford Bean said it best. We get in a boxing match in a phone booth.
Yep.
Uh,
That's exactly this. That's a perfect description. Especially down there, man. That was a field of champions.
It is.
God, the week before I was looking at the list and I was like, oh my God, I can't believe we were going to be competing against.
But it's one that we'll still go back to every time. And
Oh yeah.
we love the contest.
Jason and I are not giving up our spots.
Heck no.
Right in front of turn-ins. No way.
Actually, I think they have the opportunity to move up a little bit if you want to move up a spot. But I like my spot.
Me too.
My big rig here, I can kind of parallel park it in that angle. I can get a little bit of Julie, thank you. I hear the organizers are very nice. They actually.
No, y'all did a great job. You always do.
Yeah. I mean, seriously, it is one of our favorite contests. It's something that we truly, truly appreciate doing, and we look forward to every year. I've been cooking that contest I don't know, I think it was 2013 or 14 my first year, and I've been doing it every year since then. And
nice.
And I plan on doing it every year for the future. But
you're approaching 10 years for that. That's awesome.
Yes, and it's been pretty cool. Yeah, Kenny, organizers are awesome. All right, before we go any further here, though, Justin, you took the week off last week while I was trimming brisket. And my understanding is you done pretty good.
Oh, yes.
So give us a rundown.
Yes, we had the weekend before last off, and I kind of got an inkling that maybe we should head down to Summerville outside Charleston because SCA contest, it was a double, and there was a rib ancillary, and I thought, we should give that a shot. There's not many SCA contests around that actually that have a meat that I cook at a 4-meat contest. Usually it's chicken wings or something like that, So then they added the power and said that, people could come and stay overnight. And I was like, I'm sold. We're in. So we drove down, and then I found out the weekend before when I was in Tennessee that they were doing a judges class, SCA judges class on Friday night, which was icing on the cake because that's the one certification I have not gotten yet. So Hollis and I headed down. I made a giant breakfast for all the teams on Saturday morning and knocked out 3 racks of ribs that were slightly overcooked, but wasn't really. I kind of did it on purpose, but not really. Maybe went a little over what I was going to, but I knew I wanted to get a little bit more looseness than what I would turn in a KCBS box. And they were pretty loose. I ain't gonna lie, but they were beautiful ribs, Smithfield extra tenders. And I did. I think I did. Let's see. I think I did 9 in the box. So I did 4 and 4, and then I put 1 at the top that was turned on the side so you could see, the meat side of it. And 82, 6 years ago, dynamite. Yeah, Alan had a good weekend too down there. So yeah, we did pretty good in steak A, and our dessert kind of bombed because I tried those cinnamon rolls with the heavy cream, but I stuffed them with like cheesecake and fruit and stuff like that because it was red, white, and blue, and they kind of got way bigger than what I could fit in the box. So I had to like scramble and cut them apart and all this. They were messy, but delicious.
All right, time out a minute. How
Yeah.
they taste?
Oh, they were great, man. They were
Tell me,
great.
man, is that cream? Is that heavy cream not the secret to the cinnamon rolls?
Yeah, it's perfect, man. It made them so soft and fluffy, and the bottom kind of caramelized a little bit too. And man, they were. I'll make them again for sure. I just would put toothpicks in them so they didn't explode out everywhere. You know.
By the way, I'm gonna release that video this week here. Michelle keeps saying we're gonna redo it, but I've already got it made, so I'm gonna release that video this week. So it's gonna be kind of a special release here. So that's gonna probably go out on Thursday. So check that video out and redo that video because the cinnamon rolls will blow your bloody mind.
Yeah, they were real good. But yeah, they got to the rib portion and they counted. You know, they do 10 and down, and so it kept getting farther and farther to one. And I was thinking, yep, we didn't do good at this one right here. And then they called number one, and I did the double take at the ticket, and I was like, oh my god, we actually won a golden ticket and won these, and we won them hard too. I mean, I was like probably 2 points away from what they consider a perfect score on them, and they got perfect taste score, perfect tenderness score. Actually, they don't have tenderness; they do texture. So they actually both bite off and they cut a piece off with their knife to tell, you know, how if they're mushy or what. So probably the most excited person was Hollis because, you know, we've been doing some SEAs and he kept asking me, what are those gold things that people are getting? And I was like, you better dream on, buddy. We ain't going to be getting a golden ticket in SEA anytime soon in steak, you know, because our scores are climbing up in steak. Down there, we got 12th in steak A, which, you know, is probably one of our best finishes and the highest score that we've gotten for sure. But man, he gave me a giant hug on stage and got back to our seats. And he said, Daddy, I'm really proud of you. And I was like, awesome. And then he said, are you going to take some cooking lessons before we go next year? And I was like, what? Damn, man, come on. But he was real happy though. He held it the whole time, and then he held it in his hand most of the trip back home. And he made me call my wife on FaceTime and was like, "Look what we got. We're actually going to Texas, so we'll fly down there. You know, it's probably in March next year, and I'll borrow a smoker from somebody, but not what I was expecting at all. I definitely didn't plan on. I mean, I would have been happy with like 5th place there, but to win it was something else, man.
That's awesome, dude.
It was something else, yeah.
That's awesome.
So if you want to go get a rib golden ticket, let them go over. Don't let them go over. The sides, the bones just like fell out, and I was like, oh man, I have to let these things go because it was like the last thing to turn in, but it was right after steak B. You know, so I was concentrating on the steaks because they're like an hour apart, you know, and I'm having to like take the charcoal out, relight to put another batch of charcoal in the PK, you know, trimming. I only do 1 steak now per steak turn in, even though you get 2 because I just don't have enough time to do a practice and keep the heat up on the PK to do the second turn in. So I just pick which one I'm doing, and that's the one that I do. And I was like, damn, I got to get these ribs done, man. They've been sitting in the barrel for a while now, and they were still good. I mean, that's how I like ribs a little bit softer, not fall off the bone, but you know, not so much bite and pull. But apparently, that's what the judges like. They were real pretty though. They had a great color, perfect mahogany. They cut just perfect, and they were just. I mean, I got all the ribs that I turned in off of a single rack. So it was pretty much the whole thing except for the ends. And I was like, I can't believe I've gotten 9 ribs off of 1 rack and I'm turning every one of them in the box.
Hey, and that's when it's on, it's on. I mean,
it was pretty.
We went to Greenwood this weekend with the intentions of basically overcooking everything.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what we talked to Michelle and my wife. I said before we left out here, said, I'm going to overcook everything. And I did that. Chicken went too far. Brisket went too far. But I think ribs and pork was I done that, and I think it actually turned out to be right on point. I mean,
that's awesome.
So I mean, but that's the plan was. But the chicken, we shouldn't have done it with the chicken. Chicken was a little bit too much of a good thing. But I think over's better sometimes, man.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I truly think sometimes over's better. And we've said this before to different people here, but as far as a contest and stuff here, go out there and just come out there and talk to us, and we'll help you out any way we can. We want more people to get into barbecue because, I mean, we've been doing this here for a number of years, and I can't do what I've done. I can't do 37 contests, 36 contests like I did last year. I just can't do it every year. But I want people to come back out here and enjoy it because it's a lot of fun. You'll meet best people you've met in your life.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing about it is, I mean, and we say this, and this the God's honest truth. What we find out with this is our outlook on life, our political outlook, our social outlook, our religious outlook is going to be totally different. But at the end of the day, we can come out here and get together and do something we both share a passion for and become best friends. I mean, and that's what it's about. I mean, we have met some amazing people through barbecue that frankly I never would have met. I never would have been in a situation where I would have met the people. And now I could anywhere in the country, and I'm more than likely to know somebody within about 30 minutes where I'm at. If I break down, I can get help.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of which, leaving Greenwood right here, we get out of town Greenwood, make it to 96. You know what I'm talking about on 34?
Mm-hmm.
And blow a tire on Sunday morning.
Uh-uh.
And when I blow a tire, I didn't blow the trailer tire. I blew the truck tire.
Damn, what?
I blew the left rear truck tire of my truck. This thing went off, and I was like a damn bomb. It bent my bumper behind the quarter panel, in front of me, behind the tire, in front of the tire, in the bed of the truck, and it broke the plastic on the dang tailgate.
That's crazy. How fast are you going?
50 mile an hour.
Dang, man. That's
so I blew that tire, and it just totally man, it sounded like a bomb went off. It was literally, it sounded like a grenade, a bomb went off. And it made that kind of damage. But the funny part about this the sad part about this is I actually had my truck scheduled on Monday to go get the new tires put on it.
Oh. Damn.
So I didn't make it to the new tire shop on Monday.
Jeez.
Now I've got to get that. And so I was looking right about $8,500 damage.
God.
Tire blowing.
Wow.
Isn't that insane?
That is nuts, man.
So Tim right here, he said he thought his ribs were over off. So if I'm not badly mistaken right here, Mr. Tim walked the stage with ribs this weekend.
Yes, he did.
So over is better. Is that kind of what we're getting out here?
South of 26, it is, I guess.
Tell you, man. But and that we was talking about another interview I done here at the video getting ready to go out this week here about an interview I done with Childs with What's Revenge and with Luke with Old Virginia Smoke. And we've heard this many times, but flavor's one thing, and flavor counts more in KCBS than tenderness does. But at the same time, this is a tenderness game.
Mm-hmm.
If that meat is tender and it tastes and it's got a good tenderness to it, it's got a good chew to it, it'll overcome a whole lot of taste to it.
Yep.
But if it tastes like shoe leather, if it chews like shoe leather and tastes like filet mignon, it still get scored bad.
Yeah, it's going to turn off that judge for sure.
So, I mean, it is a tenderness game. As bad as we hate to admit that, that's what it is. But, yeah.
Well, I did
but
win
we had
week on Friday night. We had Kenny and the Casual Smoker Boys and Jason and his buddy from JW Cooks over, and let's see, some of the leftover Hog Mafia guys came, and I bought a whole ribeye from Costco, and I cut them as I grilled them on the PK, and we made ribeyes, shrimp, peppers, onions, and mushrooms, and street corn. And man, it was one of the best meals I've had at a contest. And we all stood around and just gorged. And at one point, there was no noise except for just chewing. And everybody was eating and nobody was saying anything until somebody spoke up and said, "We ain't talking at all. We're sitting here just stuffing our faces." But I think all of us slept really good Friday night from that. And we just got it all cleaned up right before that storm blew through too. we were
Really?
in the trees, hanging out and everything. And somebody, I think it was Jamie, walked around to smoke a cigarette. And he came back and said, "Yep, there's a storm coming, boys. We gotta get this thing cleaned up." And the sky was just black coming in there, just like every time in Greenwood. It's that time of year. But they were pretty stoked to get to sample my steak flavor profile. See, Kenny, nobody left in an ambulance. I said, "Well, if you get sick, you didn't eat it here. That's for sure." Jason said too, and Jason brought this pudding that his buddy makes with like all kinds of different flavors in these little mason jars and like graham cracker at the bottom and like stuff on top of it. And I was like, "Man, this is so good." And then they were getting ready to leave, and he said, "Well, the rest of those are yours." And I was like, "I can't take these, man. Oh my God." I'm not lying. I have eaten almost every one of those. I got one jar left. They're so good. I was like, "Oh my God, I'm gonna get diabetes from this, like for sure." There's no, and I crave one so bad, and I'm having to fast from 4:00 until 8 in the morning because I have to go get some blood work done. And they called me today and they said, "Oh, reminder, for 14 hours you have to fast for 14 hours before." I was like, "What? Come on, really?" Jeez, that pudding's calling my name up there in the his buddy makes it. He sells it at the butcher shop there that Jason works at. But man, that stuff was so good. But that felt good having friends around, on Friday night. We didn't do any ancillaries or anything. And, it felt really good. We did that before, did fish fry at the SCBA contest a couple weeks back, and it was just really good. Oh, yeah. Kenny's wife got Melanie got
180.
The perfect.
180.
180 perfect.
Dude, that was
Always
insane.
A cheesecake, man.
So we done a cast iron skillet apple pie
Yum. That sounds good.
with ice cream. And so what we done, we took the apple pie, we took half of it and put it in mason jars with a scoop of ice cream on top of it. And it was delicious. It looked cool. But
that does sound cool.
it was a lot. I mean, we brought back cast iron was clean. I mean, it was empty.
Damn.
Everybody eat all of it. But it's hard to beat cheesecake competition.
Yeah, it is. If you ain't coming with a cheesecake these days at a dessert, you ain't gonna do it.
I mean, it's hard to beat a cheesecake at contest. But in all honesty, a cheesecake got the flavor. You look at it.
Yeah.
It's just got the flavor text. It's just giving it a pop in your mouth. I mean, you can do a lot with cheesecake.
Yeah, you can flavor it all kinds of different ways. You can decorate it real nice. You can even put it inside a mason jar like that with stuff on the bottom, and it'd still be great. Yep.
So I mean, I'm not taking anything from anybody because cheesecakes are definitely the way to go. But man, that apple pie was good.
Did you cook it in the Recteq?
We did.
Awesome.
So Kent's right here is posted on Facebook right here. Kent, what's up? I ain't going to Wise this weekend, man. I was going to get into it, but something's came up I've got to work on. Then I was going to Galax and something else popped up. We're going to do a gig here for that weekend. So I reckon the only contest I'm doing next is Savannah. Talking about Savannah, the contest that last year was trying to get 25 teams. This year at 45 teams, we'll probably hit 50 teams out there. It is really just crazy the way that the contest this year are just getting full. Now, I know that the contest, the Rufus Teague that we were doing last year was a lot of contests. It's not happening this year, so there's a lot less contests now on the East Coast than was in the past.
Is it full already?
Savannah?
Yeah, I'm looking right here.
I heard it had 47 teams last I heard. You coming down there?
I don't know, man. We had to pull out of Apex because Hollis had a birthday party he really wanted to go to, so we're not doing that, which puts us way out into late August. So I'm kind of looking for something. I'm going to check it out. That's a heck of a drive from here, but.
Well, come over here and stay at the house on Wednesday and then go down with me on Thursday.
Yeah, that might be a good idea. Let's see, 45 teams. They don't have power for anybody else, but they do have water. Oh, wait, was that this year? No, that was last year. No, this is this year. Yeah, I may think about that.
They had power for a few more teams. I thought they said.
Wow, that's a stacked list of teams too, man.
Every contest is a stacked list of teams this year.
Willingham's, Q-Meister, Cooters and Smoke, Kings, Smoke Central, Sweet Meats. Let's see, Maya Jane, Colby's there. Hold Your Horses, Wachulas, Bald Hog, Southern Q, Myron Mixon, Smoke Me Silly. Damn, we get beat back. That one too. Yeah, we might pull that one off. That'd be fun. I like that area too. We did I think it was Jessup, Georgia, so it's kind of near Savannah, a little bit south of it. We did an SCA contest out there last year, and we went down to Jekyll Island for a day. And yeah, it's a cool area. 5 hours from here, but it's an easy drive though.
Nah, hit 95 and run down.
Yeah, it's totally. You get 95 from 26. It's not far from there.
Yeah, it's not a bad drive, but like I said, need to come stop at my place on the way back, way down.
They put on a good contest.
It is a nice contest. They're very good people there. It's the Shriners. They've got a lot of the money it raises for a really good cause.
Yeah, I like helping out the Shriners.
So I mean, they do a good job, and you're right outside Savannah. So there's a lot of places to go see and stuff to do in Savannah.
Oh, they got a single meat ribs Friday night too, 75, 50-50 split. That's cool.
It's a good contest. I mean, I've done it several years. I always have to do very well there, but I still enjoy supporting the crew. But I mean, it's a great contest. It's good people. I mean, and we say this, and we say we get in box match in the phone booth, and it's a lot of truth to that. But again, we go back to is we see friends and family.
Mm-hmm.
We see people that we truly just love hanging out with. I mean, and that's the thing about it is you want to beat them, you want to win, but you also want to be happy if somebody else gets their name called and happy if somebody else does good.
Yep.
And it's the biggest oxymoron there's ever been in the world, but it's just the way it is.
They called Sweet Meats for the Grand this weekend. I clapped solid from the minute they called their name until they got on stage, which was probably 2 minutes, and my hands started hurting. I was like, I'm not going to stop clapping because I was so stoked for them. They're such nice people.
They've been cooking a long time.
I know they have, yeah. And, that's not their first Grand, but I bet that's probably one of their biggest wins for sure.
I mean, Greenwood with confetti going off. Greenwood.
Oh, yeah.
Greenwood is one of the contests that is. It's like I said, it's probably the biggest contest around the East Coast. Mm-hmm. Coming back this year, BBQs will probably be in that same concept as far as being a big team, but a big contest again. But for the last couple of years here, Greenwood's been the biggest contest.
Mm-hmm.
And going up there, confetti going off, the way they do it, Julie and Laura do an awesome job. I mean, it's one of them that you really just want to walk up there and win that contest.
Yep.
And it's just, and the field out there is insane. But there's a lot of luck involved in it too. I'm not going to lie to you about that.
Yep.
But I mean, we enjoy doing it, and we enjoy the fellowship and stuff to it. And that's why we do this crazy ass sport. So I'm getting ready to post some videos this week. So I ain't gonna be posting videos on the cinnamon rolls because I've been talking about it for 3 weeks now. So I've got to post that video. If I don't, I'm gonna probably get mobbed. And because I'm like, I've been talking about it for 3 weeks and nobody is sitting there like, when you gonna post this video? So we're gonna post the first one now. We'll probably post some more because Michelle needs to change some stuff up, make stuff a little differently. So I might get bombarded by these videos, but we're gonna post that. And also I'm gonna post probably a tri-tip video.
Awesome.
And
like a good tri-tip.
So background story of my tri-tip video to post tomorrow. If anybody's on YouTube here, you've been on YouTube watching any videos, you probably have heard or know of Google Foods. Google Foods, Malcolm Reed, A and B. These guys have been around. They're like the godfathers of the YouTube channels. Okay, they've been around a long time, got like millions of followers, but they do an awesome job in there. So I've recreated kind of Guga's tri-tip recipe using a Walmart Prime or Choice tri-tip. It's actually Choice because I can't do the A5 Wagyus that he's got. So I'm gonna post that video this week. So y'all check out that video. Let me just think about it here. We really appreciate that. Come comments on that and share it with your friends and family. And kind of going forth. So that's gonna be posted this week. We're gonna post cinnamon rolls videos this week. And I'm also trying to finish up the interviews here. This week's gonna post with Luke and Childs, which is an awesome interview. I mean, that is two people here we've done an interview with that's got some amazing things to say about barbecue that's totally worth listening to if you're into the barbecue scenes.
Awesome. Good guys.
Really good guys. I mean, just sitting there between them two and you sitting there I'm sitting there interviewing these two guys. I'm like, these guys have been in barbecue and know more people in barbecue than I'll ever know in my entire life.
Yep.
I mean, they on a first name basis with Tuffy Stone. I mean, seriously, really?
Right. Yep.
And I'm sitting there interviewing them and having a good time with it and just having a blast with it. But I'm sitting there going like, I'm kind of like in awe about some of this stuff. But I was blessed enough that interview, and that's going to post here later on this week. But just been cool. And like I said, if another thing here, if y'all want to come on the show, or you got anybody you know wants to come on the show and just talk about what they've done in barbecue and what they're doing, let us know. We greatly appreciate it because we let you on the show because it ain't that big a deal. We're just talking barbecue, and we love the interaction with everybody. What you think? Hey, what you got coming out now?
We've got Noel K. Tomorrow. I'm interviewing him. Probably have that out by the end of the week, and then tentatively having Jason on from Smoke Central on Sunday, and then probably will release his early next week. And then after that, it's Mr. Jason Hardy will be our next guest on the podcast. But I got a lot of really good feedback this weekend from people that I knew, people I'd never met before. After turn-ins, I had some judges come by the trailer and knock and say they had been listening and had really enjoyed all of the podcasts so far, which, that always feels good. Because that's what I do it for. I do it for the listeners, not for me by any means, but I'm the same way as Jason. I want to spread the love of barbecue, and if a team can come on and listen and learn something, from another team, that's exactly what I'm looking for. Is to help other people out and to share some funny stories too, and some laughs and all of that stuff that goes along with it.
By the way, on the Facebook page, Trey said he fooled some judges. Trey, by the way, I'm gonna call BS on that because you've been cooking long enough. You know exactly what you're doing. You done a good job. We'll see y'all in Savannah. I'm gonna try my best to give y'all some extra drinks on Friday nights. We got a chance, but hey, I'm joking. Congratulations, man. Y'all been doing it a while. Y'all definitely deserve what y'all got and what y'all done, what y'all do in community. It's amazing. And you can't ask for better people to do contests and to compete against. And we're a big family. And it's just crazy. Tim, I know are you gonna be in Savannah, Tim? Oh, by the way, so if you never cooked a contest in your Backyard Bros, all right, one thing I know about Backyard Bros is that they have speakers outside that is huge, and they do a very good job as far as trying to aggravate their local people beside them.
Tim, I still got to sleep. It took me a little bit longer with the bass bumping into my bunk in my trailer, but I was like, it's cool. At least he's playing some good stuff. Boom, 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 boom. And then it got to quiet hours at 11, and he cut it then. So it's all good. It's all good.
So on competition day, I went around and challenged him and said, Tim, I know you won't do this right here. I said, but you got to turn in you got Pandora. He said, yes. I said, go Outlaw Radio.
Yep, I knew
I said,
it.
I'm like, I know you won't do it, but I said, but you got to go and listen to Outlaw Radio.
That was such a change
Now,
from Friday night. I was like, man, what in the world? That was a quick.
and so he done this. Now he done this like for 2.5 hours. I didn't expect him to do it that long. Me and Mark with Boogaloo was like, wow, that went a lot longer than planned, but it was awesome. We had really good music there. And we're sitting there beside him over here across the little trees from him, but we actually had music. I'm like, okay, I can dig this. We got good music now. Outlaw Radio, Outlaw Country are here, but then he changed the station and just the whole world just ended right there, you know.
Anything to drown out the noise of the ice cream truck that was up on the corner up there playing the creepiest ice cream truck noise song I've ever heard in my life. Or the guy that was hawking the Dippin' Dots that was like yelling at people walking by, come back, Dippin' Dots. I was like, oh my God, this is nuts. Even the police officers rode by at one point and I was laughing and they stopped and they were like, is that not the weirdest ice cream truck noise you've ever heard? I was like, yeah, it's like out of a horror movie or something. But Tim, I enjoyed it, man. I will gladly be beside you in another contest if you rock it like that. Just turn it off at 11. That's all I ask.
Oh man, Outlaw Country.
Yep.
Thumbs up to you. That's awesome.
Country.
So Lance here. Yeah, Tim, reach out to me. I mean, y'all doing that barbecue pitmasters here thing on YouTube here. Y'all doing that little challenge.
Cool. Awesome.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, reach out to me. I'm always happy to talk to somebody new.
Well, speaking of, did anybody watch the Food Network show last night? I didn't end up catching that.
Yeah. I haven't yet.
I haven't yet either. I wondered. I saw some people talking about it and said it was really good. I was too busy working.
Yeah, I haven't made it yet. So you told me I'll go about the ice cream truck music. All right, I'm a gamer. I love playing Xbox. Hadn't played in a while. Haven't been no good games coming out here, but I love games. You ever play Fallout?
Mm-hmm.
All right, the Fallout's always got these 50s music going on.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we was watching the show the other day, and something was on there, and it was playing that 50s music, whatever. I'm sitting there. I told Michelle, I said, I watched this movie. I swear I'm in Fallout game. Because that's all I'm thinking about is like I'm in Fallout. I mean, like it's post thing, but it's crazy how music sets your mind.
Oh yeah,
do crazy stuff.
Yep.
Well,
that ice cream truck music probably made somebody want to kill somebody. So it was the weirdest thing I've ever heard in my life, man. It was like that traditional. Then it had like a hip hop beat to it. And then like some kids screaming or something on it, and then some guy laughing, like a laugh, and I was like, "What is this? Like, I do not want any ice cream from this place." That's what the police officer said too. They were like, "This feels like one of like modern horror movie, like the Ice Cream Man." It's so weird, dude. This is weird. Good old Greenwood, man. Always something weird going on.
Well, it's a lot of fun.
A lot of fun. I agree. Can't wait.
Still have a good time.
Yep. Be right after July 4th next year.
It's always a weekend after July 4th.
Yep, a little bit closer this year. It felt like that, or next year, the 6th through the 8th.
Yeah, it's gonna be. It's always hot there.
Yep.
Saturday wasn't bad though, but Friday was brutal.
Friday was pretty damn hot.
It's crazy.
Yeah, Saturday was decent though. It was cooler feeling.
Yeah,
I'll tell you what, I was beat. I rolled home. It was about 11:15 when we pulled up here, and I backed the trailer in, and I got my bag out, and I locked the truck, and I walked inside. I didn't even take a shower. I went right to sleep. I was like, I am so tired. Woke up at 4:30, up until 11:30. I was like, nope, I'm spent. That's about all.
You went home on Saturday night, didn't you?
I left right after awards. I had loaded most of the truck up. All I had to do was strap the smokers in and hook the truck up, and we were out. We were probably the third or fourth team to leave.
Yeah, I ain't doing that, Greenwood. I'm going to stay there and enjoy it because But yeah, so I reckon we'll see y'all next week. We're going to tune out of here because we've been going on about 50 minutes right here. Unless you got something else to bring up, Justin.
Nope, that's it. It was a good weekend. Looking forward to the next cook for sure.
Definitely. Y'all, let's say, y'all check out the podcast coming out. He's got, and check out the videos we got posted this week. And appreciate that. If y'all got any questions, anything you want to bring up in the conversation in the future, let us know. We appreciate it. That being said, thank y'all for tuning in. See you next time.
Have a good night, y'all.